Just FYI, you do not need to take off the wheel to take off the harmonic balancer. So, up to you. This is just for comfort and frustration. Alright, get your handy dandy crank pulley holder. Can you see? Kind of. And then your 19 socket, either on an impact or what's it called? Air compressor or something. Hoping this works. We got it. Easy peasy. I had the obviously the tools right there. This was laying on this front like bracket. I'm assuming it's like for a tow hitch or something, but that's where it laid down. This does not look good. Like what is that? I'm pretty sure that this one is normal. Oh no. It just looks terrible under here. But yeah, it was definitely missing the whole keyway. And that's not from me or us. I have another story about that. So let's clean this up and see what we can do, because this is terrible.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and
So, one year I planned to replace the original motor in the vehicle because it was smoking like a champ. Got a motor for HMO, and that alone, I thought I got a bad engine. I feel like they gave me something wrong because at the time, some guy quoted me a price, and then when I got there, they were like upset at me, like it wasn't my fault. Anyway, so we're going on vacation, and I did not want to come back from vacation and do a motor swap, unfortunately. I was not in the mood. I was just like, no. I went to a local shop and had them swap the engine. No big deal, whatever. First thing they do, hey, your starter's not working. Whatever, I'll just believe you. Switch it. Second, the other big issue that happened, we were in Dallas and the harmonic balancer had a major wobble. And we didn't think anything of it. We just tightened the bolt down and then the wobble went away. Well, now I'm wondering if the guy just never put the keyway back in there and potentially just messed up the crank and where the keyway goes. You saw the gap there. So I guess that's karma for being impatient. But what's crazy is that shop is no longer open. So, I mean, that's telling maybe. This is what I received. Says it fits my 98 Honda CRV. This is what it should have been, and it's not. For, I guess, things like kind of like this, like you really shouldn't trust online shopping. Screw that guy. I think he sent back the wrong part, or the company just didn't look what was returned from that person, sending me the wrong thing. Anyway, thankfully I bought the Woodruff key separate anyway. This little thing is what holds that together, which is insane. This is how it's supposed to look. Actually, this is not what it's supposed to look like. That gap is not okay. So I'm still concerned though. You see that it moved so much. Okay, so you know how I like bought a harmonic balancer to replace, you know, what I had in there? So now there's a wobble. Because if you look at the old harmonic balancer, you can see like the ribs are like smoothed out. So I'm wondering if the crank is just bad. So that sucks. But for now, because I had to change the harmonic balancer off a different motor that was just laying around, the power steering belt does not work. AC works, the alternator belt works, but not power steering. So right now I'm driving with no power steering, which honestly, I don't mind, but now I'm like, okay, I need it back. Yeah. So this is the engine that I had bought because I thought the engine was toast, when really it was just the starter. Well, here is the old harmonic balancer. Hang on. Can you see how it's smooth? Oops. It should not be that way. So, I know you're thinking, well, why don't you just take this one off? I want to leave this engine alone. I want to also mention another reason why I'm not using the harmonic balancer. It matches the same as the original, and it's the same size, the 935. That will not fit the harmonic balancer. So this engine is the original engine to the CRV, and I had replaced the engine originally because it was smoking so bad it needed to be replaced. Well, now this one is starting to give me trouble, the replacement. Current belt in there was this made in Japan 935, right? So the one I got from AutoZone is 920. So it should work with what I need to do. So let's loosen this up. Don't need much. Just to make it go back down. Perfect. Get the new belt that's made in Mexico, because we can't do anything here in the US. I'm just kidding. I mean that, but I don't mean that. And go back over there. Oops, that fell off the top. Right. So let's put the bottom bolt back in. Where art thou?
and pry forward to get the bottom bolt adjuster to the very back. See how there's a wobble? It should not be like that. It's crazy how a sound will make your car sound like it's crazy. Let's tighten that. Alright.
So this harmonic bouncer I put back on was my original that was like smoothed out. I didn't film this part, but I got a different harmonic balancer off the original engine because, again, it wasn't supposed to be smoothed out like that. But there's still wobble, so that means it's probably the crank that got messed up from possibly the keyway missing. So that sucks really bad. So yeah, until next time, to another project.